Good morning, Staten Island, and welcome to another edition of SIADC Live. I am your host, Michael Graziuso, and without further ado, let's get this show started. Uh, Hope everybody had a safe night. It's a lot of craziness going on out there, and hopefully today's show we could kind of step away from that and and talk about business and talk about other things in the world. So I'm gonna bring on Joe. How you doing, Joe?
Hey, good morning, Mike. How are you?
What's going on? So Joe, crazy morning. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna bring you up full screen, and I'm gonna let you start and introduce yourself and tell the world we got 3 million viewers watching, and tell the world about yourself and what you can do.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate you having me first and foremost.
Thank you.
I echo what you just said. I hope everybody had a safe night. We're going through a crazy time right now, but we got to choose to. For me, I choose to deal with the positive. So, a little bit about myself. My name is Joe Pizzamenti. I am a savings analyst with Vive. I'm an independent consultant. I spent 20 years in the telecom industry, and most recently moved over to this. It's a home-based business for me. It's something that I'm passionate about, that I'm able to really help a lot of people. And basically, in a nutshell, what we do is, we save people money, right? Everybody has an internet bill. They all have a cell phone bill. A lot of monthly bills that we can really go in and just on behalf of our customers, our clients, whether it be commercial or residential, we could simply just go in and get them a lower rate, right? We don't change their service. We don't change any of their terms. If they have Verizon Fios and they love Fios and they just want to pay a lower rate, we negotiate that down for you. And that in a nutshell is what we do. Our business proposition is simple. We don't charge our customers a dime, if we don't save them any money. So there's no risk. It's really been a blessing for me, especially with what's going on the past few months, to really help small businesses, and not only small businesses, but their employees who are out of work, who might be struggling with their bills. I'm able to have my negotiators go in and just negotiate better rates for them and put some money back in their pocket, which is very important right now.
That's really great.
In a nutshell what we do, Mike. I mean, it's not rocket science.
Right. So okay. So let's say so me as a company. So I come into you and I say, listen, I just don't want to know what it is. I can't stay afloat. I'm just spending too much, and I know half of it is nonsense. You guys will come in, take my books, go through the thing, and say, hey, Mike, do you really need internet at these 3 locations, or do you need the internet to be this fast, and so on and so forth, and kind of like, and then after we decide, you go and you negotiate. Is that what I'm hearing? Pretty much.
No, I mean, no, honestly, we would just take the bills and upload them and just go ahead and go to work and try to lower them for you. We wouldn't even, go in and say, you should get rid of this bill. Maybe you don't need this bill. I mean, I would think the customer's doing that themselves, but basically our customers, they love the services they have. We could just lower it for them, right? So, it's really a great concept, a great technology that we have. And our negotiators, they're pros at this, right? They know where to look on the bill, where the overcharges are. I don't know if you know this stat. It blew me away when I heard this. As Americans, collectively, we're all overpaying on our monthly expenses to the tune of $60 billion a year. Think about that for a second. I know for myself, I just pay my bills. They're on auto pay, right? Every month. I just pay them, right? But there's so many and I know a lot of people, they'll go in every year and they'll call Fios and say, oh, I'm going to Spectrum, right? And they'll threaten to cancel. And they'll be on the phone for an hour. They'll get passed on to a supervisor, and then maybe they get $10, $20 off. Or maybe they give them free HBO or whatever. What we really want to do is we want to allow our customers to live their life, right? We want them to be able to spend time with their family. just especially commercial business, let them run their business and let us go on their behalf and just save them money and put money back in their pocket and lower their bottom line. And that's essentially what we do. We also have something that really goes hand in hand with the negotiating for commercial is we have a bill auditing service where, a lot of these bills, they're misbilled, right? They're billed in error. There's a lot of things that these companies they finagle and they overcharge you, right? And they charge you incorrectly. So we have some forensic accountants on staff that go back 3 years and can find those billing errors and actually get you a refund.
Oh, that's
going
great.
Back 3 years. Right. So not only can we negotiate the bills going forward, we could go back, fix the billing errors, and then also get them a refund.
Oh, wow.
So it all works hand in hand, right? And our company is all about just saving people money. That's basically what we do. So if we have a service that makes sense that can do that, we bring it on board and we run with it.
I love the fact that you don't charge anything. You charge, based on what you save, which is great because they would have been paying it anyway. So might as well save, I don't know, half, and then the rest goes to you. But you're still saving a good amount of money, which is
so.
Which
let's
is
say
really
we save
good.
a business, $1,000 a month on their bills collectively. We just split the savings with them, right?
That's great.
So 500 to us, 500 back in their pocket. Their bills are lower. They're happy. And the best part about it, which I really love, is they set it up where if we can't save you money, it doesn't cost you anything. We'll do all the hard work. We'll make the phone calls. And if for some reason, which has happened occasionally, you have the best rate you could possibly have and we cannot lower it, congratulations. We'll tell you, listen, congratulations, you got a great deal. Yeah. It's on us. You know what? There might be an opportunity 5 months down the line for us to go back in and negotiate it. We'll check back again then, and we'll do it. And the customer does not have to do anything from that point. Once they upload the bill to our system, they're our customer. We'll go to work for them, and they don't have to do another thing. They could just go about their lives and save money. So that's pretty much it. Yeah.
That's a noble business practice. That's very noble. Because a lot of places, it's like, they don't do things like that. It's like they sit there. Watch like going to a lawyer saying, "Hey, I'll pay you if I win." It's like they're not going to do it. That's pretty good. So Joe, let me ask you. It's a home based business. So did the whole COVID affect you in any way? And if it did, why don't you tell the audience of what you've done differently, to thrive, to continue through this crisis?
Absolutely. I say it all the time. Right now Zoom is the big thing, right? So we've been using Zoom. We've been in business now 2 years. We just hit our 2-year anniversary, and we just went over $7 million in savings for our customers. And this negotiating has only been on board for about a year. So it's amazing. But I've been using Zoom for 2 years, right? When I get on call with customers, we're nationwide, so I can't always meet with my customers, right? So we use Zoom. We utilize it. Phone calls. I make a lot of calls, text, social media. I'm big on reaching out to people and connecting and building relationships on social media. So to be honest, Mike, we've been thriving through all this, because number one, we've been using the technology online from the beginning. And number two, so many people need our services, right now, especially businesses. So I've been busier than ever. I haven't really suffered at all. Now, my full-time job is on a golf course, so I was shut down for 5 weeks, right? But I've been back to that in Jersey for about 3 weeks now because they opened it up, right? So, but my home-based business, it has not been hurt at all.
So Joe, let's elaborate on your full-time job is on a golf course. So you're a professional golfer, or
no. So I'm they call me I'm the caddy master. So I'm in charge of the members. It's a private club out in Jersey, Bella Vista, and what we do is right now obviously the events are shut down, the restaurants shut down, but the golf course they allowed it to open. So we're doing 16 minutes apart for tee times, one person per cart. But I'm in charge basically of all the carts and the members and stuff like that. So I get the carts out, I get them on the golf course, I make them, I make sure the members are happy. But it's been challenging, right? It's been challenging because it's one person per cart, so we do get a little backed up.
Right.
You have to respect everybody's feelings. We got to wear a mask. I got to wipe down the carts when they come in. I got to wipe them down and sanitize them when they go out. So
Mm.
we're following all the protocols that were put in place, and it's been working. But it's sad. It really is. I can't wait for the
Yeah.
city to open up again, and we're able, because I'm a relationship guy. I like meeting people.
Right.
I just recently joined SIEDC a couple weeks ago, so I'm looking forward to actually getting out and meeting everybody. But I just don't know
Yeah.
when that's going to be.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you, Joe. It is a great group if you take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Like there's people that sign up for it and say, oh, they didn't, oh, I didn't need it. But you know what? You never showed up at any of the events. You never participated in anything. So the people that actually take advantage,
Mm-hmm.
it's worth more than the price of admission.
Absolutely.
So absolutely, and
I'm all about
Gotham.
investing in myself and my business, and making it work, because you just said it. You could go into anything in life, and if you don't do anything, you're not going to get the results, and you're going to give up. You got to
Absolutely.
put the effort in. So
Yeah. I mean, like I'm saying, like I just I used to do P90X when I was a kid.
okay.
So now they have an app right on Apple TV that has it's like a monthly fee. You get all the P90X, you get the Insanity, you get the whole thing.
All right.
I mean, I bought the app 2 weeks ago on a free trial, and I still haven't lost any weight. Maybe I
I
should do
got
the
it.
workouts.
Listen,
So
I
but
belonged to the gym for 2 years. I paid the membership. I never showed up. Maybe twice,
yeah.
maybe 3 times. How often do we do that, right?
Right,
So,
absolutely. Well, that's the thing too. It's like I hurt my shoulder last year, and I was out of the gym for 6 months, but I'm still paying the membership. Instead of asking them, "Hey, could you freeze my membership?"
mhm.
The doctor hasn't cleared me to work out, and I'm still paying it. And then I finally get back into the gym. I finally get into a routine, and this happens. Like, what are you doing to me?
Yeah, it's crazy. It really is, but I choose, like I said before, I choose to look at the positive side of things. I'm all
Absolutely.
about positivity, attitude of gratitude. That's my thing. Um, if I'm grateful every day I wake up, right? It could be a lot
Yeah,
worse. A lot of people don't wake up, and it's
true.
sad. Both my mom and my stepfather had COVID, so
Oh
we
wow.
had to deal with that for 3 weeks. He was in the hospital. He wasn't on a ventilator, but he was on breathing at the highest level. And he also has
Hmm.
cancer, so he has underlying issues. But after 3 weeks, he was released. He's thriving now. My mom had a fever for 16 straight days at home, but didn't have the breathing issues that he had.
Yeah.
So it's like they had different symptoms, so they wouldn't admit her. So she was home for 3 weeks, just struggling. So, but they're both
Wow.
healthy. They're thriving. They're good.
God bless.
And
God bless.
it's a blessing. It really is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
just hope it ends soon.
I
I know they said June 8th now for first phase in New York, but with everything going on in the last few days, who knows if that's going to be pushed back now?
right. So now Jersey is in phase one, right? Is that what you're like the golf course is open, you're saying?
Yes, the golf course is open in Jersey. It's not open in New York.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know if they're in phase one. I just think that they opened the golf courses because I know all the golf courses got together and put in a letter to the governor.
Right.
Because honestly, Mike, I don't know if you're a golfer, but you're out on a golf course.
Yeah.
It is social distancing.
Right. Right.
You're not hitting the ball next to each other right now.
Yeah.
We really honestly shouldn't have even shut the golf course down. We could have just did one person per cart from the get-go and,
Yeah.
just practice, whatever they told us to do, which we're doing now anyway, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
it's not like bowling or, an indoor sport. It's outdoors. You're on the golf
Right.
course. You're not together. So,
Even bowling, Joe. Even bowling, you're not holding
yeah.
somebody's hand.
Well,
Bowling the ball. You
yeah,
could.
but
I guess. Yeah.
I'm a bowler,
Yeah.
and I mean we have a 5-man team. You got 10 guys just together on a
Yeah.
lane,
True.
so
True.
you really can't social distance. It's impossible. So
Yeah.
I don't think bowling alley is opening for a long time anyway. And I
So
think I just think we really need to just get back to some normalcy and just take the right precautions. If you're high risk, if you're older, or you're high risk, just stay home or make sure you wear a mask or gloves or
right.
whatever. Because it's tough. It's tough to keep people cooped up in the house. My poor daughter, yeah, she's going crazy. She's 8 years old. I got my son's gonna be 1 on Thursday.
Oh,
And
oh,
he's
God
not
bless.
really
God bless.
affected by it, but she's struggling.
Right. Right.
I
They want
feel
to go
for
out.
these
They don't
kids.
get it.
They don't understand it.
They
And
don't
she's
get it.
so anxious about it too, because she hears all these things. So, she doesn't want people around her without a mask. And it's like, I don't want my daughter growing up in fear.
It was like paranoid. She's gonna,
Yeah.
germaphobe. I mean, listen, I'm a germaphobe, but
Yeah.
the first week of this, it was very intense, and
Mhm.
then afterwards, I got a little bit more relaxed with it. But I still go through the precautions. I got Mike Bloomfield over at Techie Geek. He just
Mhm.
scares the crap out of me because
Yeah.
he's like, I got a pile of my shipments and I put this here. I let my cardboard sit for 24 hours and then I go to here,
I saw
so it's
that
like,
video. I saw that video of him when he was tipping the guy,
yeah.
and he just went like this. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
my god, it's
You know
just
what it is? It's like I'm fine. I'm feeling good. I kind of forget, and then I speak to Bloomy, and then that's what goes on.
listen,
It's
Mike.
crazy.
I'm almost convinced I had it back in February because I had this nagging cough that I couldn't get rid of for like 2 months,
Yeah.
right? And I probably had it. Who knows? But everybody's different. Everybody's
Well,
immune system is different.
there's a lot of reports saying that people were going to the doctor in early February, January, and December.
Mhm.
And with flu-like symptoms, but they couldn't identify what they had.
Yeah,
So like Todd, the actual host of this show,
yeah,
his wife, the same thing. They didn't know what she had, and they just kind of like sent her home. So
right.
yeah, I mean, I agree with that too. I think maybe people got it a little different ways, but you never know. You know what I
No, you
mean?
don't. You don't.
You never know. It's like I had someone on the show, and I didn't even realize, and she's like, talking before she comes on the show how she had COVID and this and that, and she beat it and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, wow, that's a great story. We're going to talk about it on the show.
Yeah.
So we started talking about it on the show, and I started asking questions. She's like, well, I never was tested. I was like,
What?
wait, no, no,
What are you talking
do it to
about?
me. Wait, oh, and I didn't know how to spin that. And I'm like, wait,
That's
wait.
a tough. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Live on the air. That's tough,
Right.
man.
And I'm just, I kind of did one of these to the camera. Oh, okay. All right. And then just continue to kind of like let the audience know, I'm with you. I was
Yeah.
blindsided with this, and so and so. And
That's
I
great.
keep going back to the golf, and I thought Memorial Day weekend they opened the golf course in Staten Island on Huguenot. Because I passed by and I
Hmm.
seen they've had the gates boarded up, the
Yeah, I
entrance
live right across
into
the
it.
street from there. I'm right
Oh
across the
yeah,
street.
okay.
Yeah. So.
So they've had the gates boarded up, and it's like we actually have we do a video for the SIDC every year, and
Right.
the final shot of this year's video, all we need is to get a shot of a car driving into that parking lot, and we
Really?
can't do it. Yeah, and we can't do it because the gates are barricaded.
Gates are barrier.
But so I passed by the other day, and I see a whole bunch of people pulling up with their golf bags,
Yep.
walking towards the gate, and I'm like, oh, it opened, and then I pass, and I see the gates are still barricaded. People are hopping these fences to
They've
play
been
golf.
doing
It's
that
insane.
since day one. They've been doing that, and then in the beginning they didn't have the gates up.
Okay,
So
and they were just
literally,
driving right
all of
in.
Huguenot was, Rally Court, which is where I am. All
Hmm.
of Huguenot had the cars, and these guys just parked and walked up and walked on, and they were playing. And then even with the gates now, they're still doing it. They're still
Yeah,
doing it. But I got a
it's
lot of guys
crazy.
coming from Brooklyn and Staten Island to the country club because they
Makes sense.
can't. I mean, they just can't. So they're bringing all the members bring their guests from Staten Island because they can't golf on Staten Island. So they're all coming to Jersey to golf because they just can't. They haven't opened
Right.
it up.
It's just open. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I said to Todd. Like Todd, July. It's a big month for Gotham. 16th is my birthday. The 17th is Gotham's birthday, and the 18th is Todd's birthday.
Wow.
So we
Okay.
usually, yeah. So we usually have like multiple parties
Hmm.
on July. My girlfriend likes to say, "You just don't share. You just have your own. You just have many parties. You have like 14, and say, oh, it's Todd's. Oh, it's Mike's. Oh, it's like this." And that's what we always use the excuse
Yeah.
just to throw a party. So I said to him, I was like, "Looks like we're going to be celebrating our birthday in Jersey." Like
Yeah.
this year. So
Why
let's
not?
let's let's start looking and make a conscious effort.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, listen, you do what you got to do, right?
Right,
So,
absolutely. So
yeah.
Joe, listen, every plague in history, at the end, something came out of it that benefited humanity. You know, so like the Spanish plague, the Black Plague, it brought sewer systems, right? Because
Yeah.
everybody was just living in their own ways. So it came up with the invention of sewer systems to bring it away. I'm going to
Right.
throw you back up on full screen, and I know I'm putting you on the spot,
Yeah.
but what do you think this pandemic? What positive would come out of this pandemic that would benefit humanity?
And I've been saying this from the beginning, Mike. I just think a lot of businesses are going to understand that their employees can work from home. And when I worked in telecom, I said I was 20-year veteran telecom. I work from home a lot, right?
Hmm.
Because that's what we do. I had hosted service at my home. I worked 3-4 days a week at home. So it can be done. And I just think because so many companies right now are all working from home and they're seeing that it works, why not save the expense of, having a space and just let your employees work from home? My wife, she works for a small private insurance company. It's 5 minutes from the house, but she's working from home. And her CEO sent an email last week saying, listen, this is working. We're getting the job done for our clients. Why am I going to make you go back into the office anytime soon? Even if they do open it up, he's going to be as careful as possible. So I think a lot of companies are going to see how cost effective, working remote is, and it's really going to help a lot of these businesses save some money there. So I think that's really the biggest thing that's going to come out of this. Because it works. It really does. I've been saying that for a while. I was so productive when I worked from home because I would work longer. I didn't have the distraction of being in the office and just gossiping with people. Yeah, I like that interaction, but I was so much more productive working from home. And I think coming out of this, because people were forced to do that, I think it's going to be huge for people to be able to do that. So I would say that's the one thing that comes to mind for me.
Right. I mean, it's like Twitter though. They already called all their workers and said, you're no longer coming back in. We're
Hmm.
taking care of everything from home now. So it's like,
Yeah.
but you know what? I mean, I think it affects different people different ways. It's like,
Yeah.
some mornings I have a huge traffic jam from my bedroom to my studio in the
Yeah.
same house.
Right.
But it's like some people just have to get out, right? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's the thing. So in that new world, like a lot of companies, yeah, they're gonna be offering at home
Hmm.
work. There's gonna be less cars on the road because more
Yeah.
people are gonna be at home, which is
The
which is
commute
good
kills
too.
you. Yeah.
The commute is listen, the commute is such a waste. I mean, like, think of all those hours you spent in the car. It's like
Or even
it,
on the bus or whatever. I worked downtown
right.
Manhattan, my last job with telecom, and I was right across from the ferry. I mean, I had to take the bus, and you're miserable by the time you get into the office with that traffic.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
so it's
Some
counterproductive in a way because you're not in the right frame of mind to get your work done.
Yeah. So you're coming from Jersey, or are you coming from Staten Island?
No, I'm in Staten Island. I'm on Huguenot.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
So
yeah,
you would take the bus over the ferry.
I would take the bus over the ferry because I didn't want to go take the train to the ferry and then take the ferry over. It was still around the same. Actually, it was quicker
Yeah,
for the bus, and I'd rather just
absolutely.
sit on the bus in the AC and be comfortable and not have to
And you
switch
get
from
that.
the train to the ferry. Yeah, it would have saved me money, but whatever. I want to be comfortable.
I agree 100%. I mean, I love the ferry. I love getting places on the ferry, right? You
Right.
know, I hate taking the ferry home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I have a friend of mine. He One Manhattan Square. He just moved into. It's that
Okay.
big building next to the Manhattan Bridge.
Yeah.
So every weekend and stuff like that. He's always like inviting us out and this and that. And I'm like always like, oh, we should just take the ferry, make a day out of it.
Yeah.
Take the thing. But I was like, I don't want to take this ferry home. So it's like always the
Yeah.
catch-22.
Yeah.
So Joe, we're getting on 27 minutes into the show. We got about a few minutes less, so we're gonna start wrapping it up. I'm gonna
Hmm.
put you back on full screen and let everybody know at home, where they could find you, your email address, your website, and so
Sure.
on and so forth.
Sure. So, you could just go to my website is attitudeofgratitude.justvive.com. And I have a business card. I could that's on there, and just reach out. You could get me on Facebook, Joe Pizzamenti. I'm big on Facebook, on social media. Send me a private message. And just reach out. I'd love to connect with anybody and see how I can help them really reduce their costs. And, whether it's at home or if you're a business. Right now, my niche, I'm really trying to focus on the small businesses because I know they're struggling and I just want to provide that value to them. So just hit me up, attitudeofgratitude.justvive.com, and I'll be happy to help you.
That's great, Joe. Thank you for coming. I'm sorry, I have a junkyard dog that just ran through my house right now, and he just something just startled him, and he woke up. It's just me, but he doesn't know what he's barking at. So, but Joe, thank you for coming on,
thank you, Mike, for having me.
And you continue to be so positive, and okay, Joe, thank you for coming on, and
you have
a great day.
You too, brother. Take care.
All right, that was SIDC Live Tuesday edition. I was your host, Michael Graziuso. Be sure to hold on. I got some stuff. Be sure to tune in. Actually, it got bumped to 9. But tomorrow morning, be sure at 9 a.m. to tune into Techie Geek at on FacebookLive.com, and don't forget to catch Gotham After Dark at GothamTrinityProductions.com. Take care. Have a good day. Bye.